I moved out of my parents' house when I was 20. I wanted to make sure that I wouldn't be bothered by the arguments they had daily, so I chose a house that was nearly 3 states away. It was a grand house, nestled in the woods at the end of a long driveway. At 3 large bedrooms and 2 baths, this house was massive. The land it sat on was bordered by a stone wall overgrown with vines, and the yard was huge. Once I removed the playground equipment from the backyard, I was positive that I'd have enough room to install a pool. I didn't notice the fingers until a week later. I was sitting on my couch, watching an old movie as I drifted to sleep, when I spotted them wrapped around the door frame. Little fingers, as though a small child was hiding just outside the door. After I got no response from a yell, I decided to check. As I stood, the fingers slipped away, and I found nothing hiding around the corner. I checked the entire house, but it was empty. In hindsight, it was a mistake to chalk it off as a lack of sleep, but that is what I did. I woke up the next day, thinking it was all just a dream. Until I saw them again. This time there were 2 sets of fingers, wrapped around a stack of moving boxes sitting in my bedroom. Once again I yelled, but the fingers only wiggled a bit in response. Angry, I walked over to the boxes and lifted them away, only to find nothing there, just another pile of boxes, waiting to be emptied. I turned just in time to spot more fingers slip off my door frame. Quickly I ran to the hall, only to find it as empty as my room. Shaken, I slammed my door shut and tried to fall asleep. From then on, I saw the fingers almost daily, wrapped around my door frame, my furniture, my windowsill. The fingers were everywhere. Every time I saw them, there were more than the last. Soon they were accompanied with giggling and urgent whispers. I was barely sleeping. I spent most of my time away from the house. A home was supposed to feel safe, but every day in that place felt more oppressive and sad. I had decided to move out after I realized that my home was beginning to feel just like my parents' house had. I was spending my last night in that house when I saw the fingers again, all 12 sets, and one new one wrapped around the end of my bed. The new fingers were different though. These were clearly older and caked with dirt. The fingernails were torn apart, so much that some were caked in congealed blood. The air was heavy. The smell of old milk and decayed meat filled the room. My heart was beating against my chest, and I could feel the sweat drip down my back as I sat up. I didn't take my eyes off those fingers as I slid along the wall to my door. I had my hand on the doorknob when a loud, deep male voice yelled from the bottom of my bed, "Ready or not, here I come." I bolted from the room and out my front door. The entire time, the sound of many running feet followed me through the halls. It was right behind me as I leapt out into the night. I felt my body crash into the pavement and heard the door slam behind me. The sound of giggling echoed from the house as my car pulled from the driveway. I left the house, my belongings, and a set of half-dismantled playground equipment behind.